The story begins in the family meeting of the elders, and the head of the family evicts our MC Chuk Shuan from the ancestral family house for his misbehavior that has brought shame to the family. Chuk Shuan, the MC of this Manhwa, 3 days ago, he was a successful lecturer who was admired by thousands of people. But 2 days ago, he transmigrated to this cultivation world and became the 13th young master of the Chu family of the 3 great family in the state of Kai. The reason he was expelled from the ancestral home because he sneezed at the banquet. Now he's been abandoned to an abandoned house on the edge of the Chu family land. Someone comes to his abandoned house. The bright light flashes behind that someone. Chu is surprised, thinking if it's the goddess or the god who have come to give him his cheat. But it was just his butler uncle. Butler uncle has brought some food for him, and butler uncle has also asked some servants to prepare the furniture and clean the place for 13th young master. They will arrive soon. The butler uncle informs him that the head of the family is really angry with 13th young master this time. Chuk Shuan is confused. Why does his grandpa hate him so much? Butler uncle tells him that it started with his father, and he then gives him a little info about his father. His father is the 3rd oldest in the family, and the most outstanding talent in his generation. And his father was his grandpa's favorite son. He would have been the head of the Chu family, but he secretly married a folk woman, Chuk Shuan's mother. After that, the master, the head of the family, and his father began to have a bad relationship. Shortly after Chuk Shuan was born, his father took his mother away from the Chu family and disappeared. Chuk Shuan didn't expect to have such a bloody family plot. After explaining everything to Chuk Shuan, the butler uncle leaves from there. Next, the servants comes and clean his house and even have brought some furnitures. After finishing their work, they also leave from there. He is happy because after cleaning, his abandoned house has become like a brand new. And suddenly the beautiful sound rings. Ding. You've stayed at home for a day. The system rewards you with indestructible body technique. Man, this system is like a dream. You can become stronger just by staying at home. Chuk Shuan is shocked to hear the voice of the system, the legendary system that we all heard about after being transmigrate. The system informs him that the system will increase the reward level according to the accumulated time at home. However, once he leaves, the record would be reset and the score would have to be recalculated. Chuk Shuan is surprised that there is such a good system like this. He doesn't need to do daily tasks but only stay at home and he can become stronger. The system then gives him his reward. The indestructible body technique, a top defense technique on the mortal realm. Mortal realm is the basic realm of the cultivation, which is divided into 3 stages: body refining, meridian opening, and Kai gathering. Only by breaking through the mortal realm and stepping into the profound realm, one can truly begin their path of cultivation. And Chuk Shuan is currently at mortal realm, so the system awarded him with a mortal level item. And above the mortal realm are the profound realm, spirit realm, void realm, unity realm, true realm, emperor realm. He starts to practice the technique. After 1 day, he has finished his practice. The 2nd day reward he got are some Kai gathering pills. On the 3rd day, a phantom dagger. Chuk Shuan thinks the dagger is nice, but it's little small. It looks like a knife for chopping vegetables. On the 4th day, the system rewards him with an exercise, Dragon Python Spirit Fist. He practices that exercise too. Now he has learned both the attack and defense technique. Like the history of his world to know more about his world. Someone comes there and it's his sister Chu Yan, and she has brought him some food. She also gets ready to go and beg grandpa to let her brother Chuk Shuan return to the ancestral home. But he is fine there and tells her she doesn't need to talk to grandpa, and he really likes his new home. She is surprised that her 13th brother is so optimistic, who does not compete with the world and also accepts any injustice. He is not arrogant like other noble sons and is little more humane. She then leaves after that, but before leaving she tells him that she will go and beg grandpa. He'll definitely agree. But Chuk Shuan is fine being there. He rather stay there than go back to ancestral home. The system notifies, ding, you have been home for 5 days. The system rewards you with the cultivation base for 1 year. Suddenly the true Kai starts to rise in his body as if he has reached the profound realm. He starts to cultivate, but even after his multiple attempts he is unable to break through to the profound realm. But he is sure that he is just little away from the profound realm. And his mental power has grown stronger and he can feel a closed door getting closer and closer. He then pulls himself together. He doesn't need to rush, it's only been a few days. The system also gives him a secret boon, the bewitching technique. He starts to read the book and after some times, he has mastered the general principles of that method and gets ready to practice it. He releases his search aura. He can sense everything wherever his true Kai can reach. He can even sense outside of the compound. With the help of his aura, he also finds out 2 monkeys doing gulu gulu. That scene was too much for him to bear, but he learned a lesson that he shouldn't use his aura search randomly. The servant brings him his food, but it's little earlier than usual, and there are usually 2 servants who brought him his food. But today he can only sense 1 person. The servant tells him to have his food. Chuk Shuan notices something about that meal. In the bowl of rice, he senses something. There's a poison goose egg in the rice. He didn't expect something like this to happen. But then he gets ready to make that guy his first test subject to test his strength. Chuk Shuan uses his bewitching technique on that man. That no one sent him there. He just saw the opportunity to control Chuk Shuan and gain the favor of the heretic elders. That's why he came there. Chuk Shuan gets shocked. He didn't expect the guy to be a cultist, a minion of the evil imperial cult. The evil imperial court is a very special country in the southern region. Everyone there practiced evil arts. Every day, the evil cultivators fights and devours each other in order to become stronger. Even though their number is less, but their strength can't be underestimated. Apart from the evil imperial court, cults are spread all over the southern region and are mixed among the people, so it's hard to tell them apart. Chuk Shuan doesn't care about this cult thing or whatever. But if his Chu family gets dragged into it because of the guy in front of him, and if his Chu family is really targeted by the evil imperial court, and if the fight break out in the city among these two, it will definitely bring disaster to his fish pond. The guy then informs him that he's been looking for an opportunity to take control of the family members of the Chu family, and when Chuk Shuan got demoted, he thought that was his opportunity to control him, and with him, they can also control the Chu family later, and he is acting on his own. No one instructed him. The guy then suddenly freed himself by damaging his spiritual will. He takes out his Wolverine's claws and starts to attack Chuk Shuan. Chuk Shuan can kill him with one blow, but the trace left on the corpse will reveal his strength. And once he is exposed, he will definitely be recalled to his ancestral home. And if that happens, he will not be able to use his yard system. But the evil guy will not stop until he kills him. Chuk Shuan then uses his defense to keep that guy there until the real servants come. A few moments later, he starts to get king. The two servants rushes inside the house. Now that they have come, the news of the cultist will go back to the Chu family's head. He runs towards the two servants, asking them to save him from the monster behind him. The two servants are disappointed after seeing him like that, running away from just one cultist. He runs round and round of the yard and crushes into the wall. The two servants catches the cultist and gets ready to take him to the family head. And Chuk Shuan has passed out. The two of them are surprised that their 13th young master has never been disappointing in terms of disappointment. They leave saying they will call the doctor to check 13th young master's injuries. Chuk Shuan then uses his technique. Since the cultist has already destroyed his spirit, Chuk Shuan gets ready to free him from this whirl. Next, the 6th day, the system rewards him with a box of Great Profound Pills. The Great Profound Pill is an auxiliary medicine's pills for breaking through the profound realm. And with all those pills, he can finally break through to the profound realm. Next, the family head, Chu Tianming, is mad at his grandson again. His son was so heroic, but he gave birth to such a loser who can't even handle a cultist, and even make a fool of himself. Even though they have fools like Chuk Shuan, but they also have talent like the younger master Chu King. Next, Sister Chu Yan comes back again with some food for her 13th brother, and this is the only way she can meet with her brother now, since he doesn't Chuk Shuan tells her not to worry too much. That little thief was nothing for him, but she heard that someone was so frightened that he crashed into the wall. He didn't see that coming, huh? She then informs him about the family competition that their grandpa is going to hold. And there is no restriction on bloodlines. As long as they work for the Chu family, they can participate. Chuk Shuan then calls her to come with him. Since she is going to participate in the competition, he is going to give her some gift. He gives her the box of the profound pills and informs her that he got those items from his father. She then leaves with a box of pills, and Chuk Shuan has noticed that his grandpa hold the competition. The competition where all the servants and other workers can participate too is definitely to find out the undercover cultist in the ancestral home. Next, the system then rewards him with a spirit-nourishing pills. Next, in the family competition, Chu Yan is fighting with someone, and she wins that round. Grandpa is happy that his granddaughter have improved so much in just few days. Next match begins. One participant is a gardener, is a cultist, and he has got a great opportunity this time. He can kill the top genius of the Chu family. He starts to make a plan. After killing Chu King, he will go back to the evil king and ask for credit. He charges to Chu King with full force cowling. Grandpa notices that guy is a cultist and shouts Kinger is in danger. But Chu King blocks the attack with just 2 fingers and asks the guy who is his master. The cultist guy is shocked. He didn't expected the young boy to have such power. Guards gets ready to catch the cultist and protect their young master. But Chu King stops them because the competition is not over and he will not allow anyone to enter the ring. He then hits the guy, sent him flying out of the ring. Since the opponent is out of the ring, he wins the match. Xu Yan comes asking if he is alright, and she didn't know that there are more cultists. She also informs him that 13th brother was also almost killed by these cultists last time. He also remembers that event, and now that 13th brother is living in an abandoned house alone. Chu King thinks it must be very hard for Chu Xuan. He gets ready to pay a visit to Chu Xuan after the competition. Next, Chu Xuan is disappointed that he has failed so many times and is unable to break through to the profound realm. The system gives him the reward of the day, and it's one copy of dust assimilation. He then starts to read the technique. The technique can hide one's aura and could be used to become the same as the surrounding. Since he doesn't have anything to do, he gets ready to study that technique. Next morning, Chu Yun comes early in the morning, and she is there to say goodbye. Chu Xuan gets shocked. What does she mean by goodbye? She has broken through to the profound realm thanks to his 13th brother's pills, and now she is going down the mountain for training. She also informs him that big brother is coming to see him. She then leave after that. Chu Xuan is sad now that his sister Yun have gone. No one will accompany him to talk and eat in the future. At night, he checks his reward of the day, and it's another technique, Thunder Rolling Finger. The technique power can increase as his realm improves. He starts to practice the technique, and some cultist has infiltrated the land of Chu family. And there are two of them, and they have come to kidnap Chu Xuan. When they entered inside the yard, Chu Xuan notices them, but he is in the process of breakthrough, so he can't go outside and welcome them. He concentrates on his breakthrough process. The man notices that there is still light inside. When the guy checks what Chu Xuan is doing, he finds that the flow of breath is little weird, like one who is about to break through. But they were told that Chu Xuan is a trash, so how has he reached the point of breaking through the profound realm? His brother comes and he has set up some spirit sealing net around the house. The guy informs his brother that Chu Xuan seems to be breaking through the profound realm. Brother gets ready to go and disturb Chu Xuan's breakthrough process. But the guy stops him, because if one suffer any attack during the breakthrough process, they will become stupid or dead at worst. But for them, Chu Xuan is a very important hostage to persecute the Chu family in the future, so they can't kill Chu Xuan. Suddenly the light goes off. The two get shocked because there was no movement of breakthrough, and now he can't even feel Chu Xuan's aura as if he was never there. Brother gets ready to go inside and see what that trash is doing. A gust of energy comes from the dark and hits him. He falls on the ground. The guy shouts, "Who the hell are you? Come out and fight." Chu Xuan comes out from the dark like some ninja hero saying, "You came to my house uninvited, yet you're asking the owner who is he? Shouldn't you introduce yourself first? That's so impolite." The cultist guy gets shocked because he can't feel any aura from Chu Xuan. Chu Xuan gets ready to tell him why he is not feeling Chu Xuan's aura. It's because of his dust assimilation technique. And by the looks on that cultist guy's face, I don't think he knows about the dust assimilation. And Chu Xuan told him that because he is going to kill him, that's why. And since he is going to die, Chu Xuan gets ready to show him his aura, and they have also arranged the spirit sealing net so no one can perceive Chu Xuan's aura outside. He releases his aura, and now the cultist guy can't leave the yard alive. The cultist guy gets shocked because the aura is not of someone who just broke through. It's like Chu Xuan has already reached an upper level of profound realm. Chu Xuan then attacks him with his dragon python fist. Then, boom, a big blast happens. The move was cool, but now he has to deal with the dead body. And how is he going to deal with it? He can't let others to find that he killed those two cultists. He gets an idea to bury the corpses in the house, but that's a bad idea. That's his house and he is living there. The system notifies, "Ding, you killed a cultist who tried to disturb your lifestyle. You are rewarded with a spirit-devouring flower." A small plant sprouts out from the ground. It turns into a flower, and suddenly it becomes taller than Chu Xuan and starts to gulp the two cultists. The flower cleaned up his mess, and Chu Xuan is like so cruel, so clean, and he doesn't know if he should be afraid or happy, but fortunately that thing recognizes him as its master. The system also notifies that the spirit-devouring plant can save the memory of the person it devoured for a period of time. He gets ready to see the memory of the cultist guy. He finds out that the plan of the two cultists was to kidnap him, and they have also brought some poisonous smoke with them to use on the Chu family's cultivators. They had also investigated where the weakest guard of the Chu family are stationed. They began their first plan, and that was to take Chu Xuan as their hostage. Chu Xuan is surprised after seeing their vicious plan, and if they had released the poisonous smoke, it would have caused a lifelong damage to the cultivators. And they were trying to bring down the Chu family, but fortunately, they did not succeed. That's a good news. He then gives the flower to Elixir as a reward. It returned under the ground. Chu Xuan starts to think it was fortunate enough that he was able to break through and killed those guys. If he had failed to break through, those guys' plan would have worked out. Even though he has broken through, but he feels like the speed of danger approaching is not slower than the speed of his improvement. Next, it's already been more than a month that he's been living there. and the system had rewarded him countless medicine pills. And there are also several top-grade treasures. And his inside view has also appeared. Before breaking through the profound realm, he could only see his inside view. It was all darkness and he didn't realize that it was his interior scene. Then slowly a ray of light began to appear. It get brighter and brighter over time, and it finally filled the whole space. And something appeared again. It was like a grain of sand, and now it's already a grain of sand. The system had also rewarded him with an amazing technique, a movable mountain technique, which is both a physical defensive and soul defensive technique. And it seems like the system knows him very well and how to nurture him and improved his cultivation. And with this powerful defensive technique, he doesn't have to fear of revenge from the cult. Next, a guard informs the family head about their steward Zhu who died. Family head tells him to support steward Zhu's family. The guard also informs him that the cult has injured a few juniors of the Chu family. The family head is mad, but the cult will not survive much longer. He has united 3 families of the Qin state, and other kingdoms have also joined them, and with this powerful force they will eradicate this cult for once and for all. Next, Chu Yun comes back. Chu Chuan is happy to see her back, and she has brought a pot of good tea for her brother. She then forces him to drink that tea. And it was all his dream. He wakes up and is confused about when did he fall asleep. He was practicing last night. He then realizes something is on his face and it smells bad. He then gets shocked when he notices a cat right next to him. The system notifies, ding. The system detects that you are prone to depression and you need to relieve your mental stress. System will reward you with a pet, a heavenly spirit cat, to relieve your stress. He is not against cat, but this cat has pissed on Hio's face. He gets ready to train it well so it won't happen again. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed it then please do like. And stay tuned because next part is going to be a big kaboom.